By early 1945, the writing was on the wall for Nazi Germany. The Allies had already liberated France and much of Western Europe. To the east, the Soviet Red Army had pushed through Poland and was approaching Berlin. Now, the final act of the European theater was about to begin. The invasion of Germany itself. American, British, and French forces gathered near the western borders of Germany, preparing to cross the Rhine River, one of the last major natural obstacles before entering the German heartland. In March 1945, the Allies seized the Ludendorff Bridge at Remagen, giving them a crucial foothold east of the Rhine. It was a surprising and strategically vital moment. The Germans had tried to demolish the bridge to slow the Allies down, but it held just long enough. Once the Rhine was crossed, the Western Allies advanced rapidly. American forces under General Patton swept through the south, while Montgomery's British and Canadian troops moved through the north. Town after town fell to the advancing forces. The German military, depleted and desperate, was unable to mount a unified defense. Resistance was fierce in places, but the tide was unstoppable. Meanwhile, German civilians were experiencing the brutal reality of war. Cities were bombed, infrastructure destroyed, and millions were displaced. Many had hoped for a negotiated peace, but Hitler refused to surrender. As the Allies pushed deeper, they began to uncover the full horror of Nazi crimes, liberating concentration camps like Buchenwald and Dachau. Soldiers were stunned by the scale of the atrocities they found. As April began, the Allies were closing in from both sides. The Soviets were on the outskirts of Berlin, and the Americans were advancing from the west. Although there was some coordination between the Allies and the Soviets, both sides raced to capture territory. On April 25th, American and Soviet forces met at the Elbe River, cutting Germany in two. The invasion of Germany was not just a military operation. It was the beginning of the end of the Third Reich. Hitler, isolated and delusional in his Berlin bunker, issued orders to destroy German infrastructure rather than let it fall into enemy hands. But many German commanders ignored these orders, recognizing the war was lost. As Allied forces took more ground, the German government collapsed. On April 30th, Adolf Hitler committed suicide. Just over a week later, on May 7th, Germany officially surrendered. The invasion of Germany had brought the most destructive war in human history to a close, at least in Europe.